I'm not going to talk too much. I just want you to make sure you have your dark green thread. You have all of your pieces that you need for this tutorial, which are here for me. Sorry about the lighting in this area because there's no board, sorry. You will need also your scissors, or you will need those scissors. And yes, I'm afraid you will need that darning, sewing, weaving needle. You will need that definitely. And you will need the same hook that you used to make your pieces. Okay, so that's it guys. I'm not going to talk anymore. We are just going to get started with joining our blocks. Good luck guys. Alrighty guys, I've left it on the blanket just to show you the points. These are the points, okay? Now, I'm going to do another quick look-see, just so that you can understand the concept of what we're doing in this part of the tutorial. We are going to start with this pink. We're going to start with our dark green on the pink. We're going to go across the pink till we get to the very, very top. Then we're going to turn, start with the green, get to the corner, then continue along with the green until the end. We are not even going to attach it to the blanket. All we are doing is attaching it to each other, these 2 points to each other. We're going to forget about the blanket completely for now. Now, so that we don't get confused with the blanket, I'm going to take it off the blanket, but leave the points right there. So you know where you're crocheting. You're going to take it off the blanket completely. But this one here, leave those 2 pieces together. Take this one off and put it in the same corner on the green, the light green. Just leave it there. Yes, this one here has already come off by accident. Pop it back into that corner. Well, I should say, oh, mine's broken. Look at that. They are old. They are old. I've got another one here somewhere. Just give me a second. So, and just pop that one in there. Okay, so keep your points. Just take them off. Well, I'm just taking it off the blanket. Okay, keep your points, or I'll keep my points. So I'm going to move the blanket, and what I would like for you to do is set up 2 like that, exactly the same, or 1, doesn't matter. Set up 1 exactly the same, like that. Okay. Pop your stitch marker up there, your stitch marker there, your stitch marker there, there. Do you know what I mean? Set it up exactly like this. If that helps, sorry, I'm in the middle there. Set them up exactly like that. All right. When you have done that setup, this is what you're going to do. We're going to start from that point. So if you want, you can keep your items attached. In fact, I think I will leave it attached, just so you know where you're going. Okay. All right. Grab your, see how I turned it around? Sorry, I should have done that first. See how I turned it around, because we are starting on that corner. All right, so take out your first stitch marker and let's get busy. Now, a little bit tricky, the half squares, I'm sorry, half hexagons, sorry guys. Pop it in your first, remember your chain 3? You're going to pop it in the top of that chain 3 that we started off with. And grab your tail, your loop, and just pull it through. Oh, I hope your stitch isn't as tight as mine. Then grab that little tail end. If you want, you can pass it over. It helps lock it into place. And I'm going to crochet over my tail end. You don't need to if you don't want to. All right, so I'm doing chain 1. Give it a nice tight tug for that chain. And then pop a single crochet in the same space. A normal single crochet in that same stitch. All right. And now you're going to do 2 single crochets in that space before your stitch 1 and 2. Yes. Then you are going to pop a single crochet in the stitch. Remember that stitch right there? That's where you're putting your single crochet. 1 and 1 in the next, and 1 in your next, and so on and so forth, pretending this is like a normal hexagon even though it's only a half. Keep going all the way across. So initially what you should have is 7 single crochets across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 single crochet. Oh, I'm sorry, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 2 single crochets in your corner. All right, now we can take out this stitch marker, yes, and do your 3 single crochets in that corner. Because it's an initial foundation corner, you need to have your 3 single crochets. All right, then single crochet, remember, in that stitch, move your single crochets over if you like, you can find it. There's your stitch, and away you go across your work. Easy so far? It is. The only tricky part were the corner parts of those top stitches there, okay? So keep going all the way across. When you get to the stitch marker here that joins you with the green, take the stitch marker out of the pink, but leave it in the green, because that's, well, you probably don't need it now because you have this top one, but just leave it there for now in case the top one comes undone and you don't know where you are. All right, you need to know exactly where we are. So now you're doing 3 single crochets in your foundation corner, because it's a foundation joining corner, isn't it? And now you're doing a single crochet in that stitch. Keep going, and so on. You should have 7 single crochets. I should be counting for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this is tricky this side, 6 and 7. Okay, pull that loop up just for a second. Take your stitch marker out, but leave it in the green for now, just so you know where to put your stitch later, because I just want to show you this part. This is the trickiest part of the tutorial, guys, trust me. I think the rest is kind of basic. All right, so you've got a single crochet there. Yes, you need to put yet again another one in that stitch right there. All right, and then we pop our hook in the very, very top stitch of your chains. Find your top stitch right there, and you're doing a normal single crochet in that stitch. All right, easy so far? Sure is. Now, pop your work down. It's not easy. Remember how we had that attached to there? Remember that before? We had the blue one attached to the pink there? You're going to take that blue one out. Don't move your work because you don't want to get confused. All right, pull up that loop a little bit. Oh, you don't need to pull it up. You ready? Pick up your hexagon and pop your single crochet, your first one, in that corner. Like that. Just did it far away so you can see it was the corner that we worked in. Then lift up your loop like normal. Find your opposite stitch from the pink side that we did before. It's that very, very tight one right in the corner there. That tight stitch there. Well, it's tight for me. Hopefully yours isn't as tight. Pull the loop through. Put in another single crochet in that corner. That's single crochet number 2. Whoops. I'm going to pull the loop out anyway. Pull that loop up. Go to the opposite corner, making sure you're getting the right stitches. Yes. And grab that loop and pull it through there. Now here, remember, we have to put our single crochet in the tight stitch right there. And go to the opposite stitch there and pull the loop through. The rest is exactly like your hexagon. I mean, that was the same as your hexagon. It was a little bit more awkward because your piece is tiny and we've got our stitch markers attached, so it's making a lot of noise there, guys. Sorry about that. But I'm going to leave them in because I don't want you to get confused. All right. Single crochet in your next, slip through to your next, or your opposite side, I should say. Single in your next, slip through to the opposite side. Single in your next, oops, slip through to the opposite side. I just pulled a thread there. Single in your next. Now we're coming close to that stitch marker, and that's telling us we're not going to crochet around there. It's telling us we're going to stop at that corner and then turn the instead of keep going around, okay? You'll know what I mean when you see it. Single in your next stitch, which is your last stitch in that row. Slip stitch into that last stitch from this row. Now we're going to do our corners. Now here we've got 3 single crochets, but we're only going to put 2 in here because that's our turning corner. That third one will be complete later when we attach it to the blanket. All right. So single crochet in your corner. Pull up a loop. You can actually take that undone for now. Take the stitch marker out if you want, which I'm going to, which I'm a bit hesitant about pulling it, so I don't want to pull out that stitch that I just made. There you go. All right, so you've made that stitch. Now you have to go into the first corner stitch there, yes, and pull the loop through. Single crochet in your second single crochet. Yep. Go opposite to the second of that corner. Pull the loop through. Now we are going to keep going in the round that way, so you just single crochet your third in that corner like so, and then you pop your single crochet in the stitch all the way across the row. Okay, easy, easy. This part is easy. We know this part's easy. We do it all the time. Now, if you want, you can take these 2 stitch markers out because you know you're going to go to there. All right, so take this one out. All right, and your red one, or whatever color you used. All right, leave that one in because that's where we're going to stop crocheting. Okay, so this part's easy. Single crochet, do your 1, 2, and 3 because it's a foundation corner. It's got to be attached to something eventually. Do 1 in your stitch, do 1 in your next stitch, and so on and so forth, and go for it. So I'm just going as fast as I can. This tutorial is going to be a very long one, sorry guys. I want to try and get the whole thing in, the whole join in, the blanket in, okay? So we're doing our 3 single crochets in that corner right there, 2 and 3, because it's a foundation join. And now we're going to put 1 in the chain right there. Well, it's not a chain, it's actually a stitch. So keep going all the way across. Okay. Super, super fun. I'm so excited we're getting close to joining all our hexagons together. They'll all be done by the end of this tutorial, trust me. We hope. We hope. All right, so now that you've finished your pink piece, this is where you need it to go. Okay, there's my blanket, right, the top part of my blanket. Grab your pieces and put them exactly where you saw them in the earlier part of the tutorial where I showed you the full piece. Okay, you can do exactly what I did last time. You can actually use stitch markers to join them, and that's probably your best bet. But since we've done that part there right now, we can just attach it. Gorgeous. All right, so let's get attaching. All right, here we go. That's where it was when you saw it enlarged. Yes. Now we're going to turn our work so that your working part is facing you. So now I did put that stitch marker in there, so I'll just take that out now. All right. Grab your thread. Now before we do anything else, if you remember correctly, we didn't do the last 2 single crochets in our corner. We're going to do that now. And it's to show you exactly where to put your... I'm trying to work this out so it's easy for you to see. It's really awkward because the blanket is big now. To show you exactly where to put it, I left that stitch marker in, and if you want, before you start, because it can get confusing, pop your stitch marker in the opposite side. All right, it's not confusing for me because I've done this twice already. So just do 2 single crochets in that corner, 1 and 2. Okay, pop it back. Now you're going to join it to this side right here, where your stitch marker is, all right? So grab your orange, or whatever colour you used, do your first single crochet. Once you do your first two, it'll be easy, all right? First single crochet, pull up your loop, and do your second. Oh, sorry, pull your loop through the first, sorry. There. And then do your second single crochet. Oops, going up anyway. And then pull your loop through the second on that side. You can now initially take off that stitch marker if you like. I would probably advise to do it because it'll be annoying. All right, and then what you do, you just single crochet into your orange and your green. Orange, green. Now we're going to do this whole piece together because I want you to see exactly where it stops and starts, okay? So just keep going, and you know this part here, you've done it throughout the whole blanket, so you should be like an expert now, yeah? There you go. I'm going to pop that out because I think you're an expert at this now. Do you think you are? I think you are. We're all experts in our own right. All right, here we go. Very exciting. It's all happening. I just split the yarn, didn't I? Dear me. Don't do what I did. Oh yeah, I really did split that yarn. Let's take the whole stitch undone. Now, hopefully, it didn't confuse you, me doing this. I do apologise. Okay, there we go. Let's try that again. The yarn is splitting because I've been using it a lot, and I mean a lot. Like I said, this was the third time I've done this. The first two times just did not work out. It's only because I wanted to try and do the spare pieces at the same time as doing the rest of the border, and it wasn't going to work. No matter how hard I tried, that just wasn't going to work. I tried every angle, I tried every position, it didn't work. I even tried standing on my head. No, I didn't. I just, you know, I'm being silly now. But it just didn't work. I'd like to say it worked, but it didn't. Sometimes you have to accept that it's not going to work. We're in the corner, guys. I've done my first corner stitch there. So we're popping across the way. Now, remember this? We're going once and twice. Nothing's changed, and I've split the yarn again. I'm doing well. All right, nothing's changed in the corner. We're still doing this as we've been doing all the way through our blanket. Your second stitch is your opposite side there. Right there, and your third stitch jumps into that next corner. All right. Sometimes I get out of frame there, sorry guys. It's just far too big, the blanket now, and I'm trying to work around the frame. It's just not working for me. All right, so there's your 3 stitches in the corner. Now you're going to do your normal 7 single crochets down. Very basic, this part, you know this bit. I think if you tried, you could do it blindfolded. I wouldn't, but you could. So they're going to come back to me the next day and say, I did it blindfolded and it didn't work. Sorry. All right, here we go. We're in. I'm going to have to do some turning. Here we go. That's better. Now I can work. Oh, golly gee. All right, here we go. Next stitch is there. Did I split the yarn or not? There it is. Get it right, Mary. And there. And there. And there. done. Next one. This is the last one before the corner. Notice how I've been doing that occasionally, because I found I missed that stitch and go right into that corner stitch. It would put me right out of whack. The count was all over the place. Can happen. All right, we're in the corner with one. Pull up that loop. First corner. I think I might have split the yarn there. Yep. You know when you know. You know when you know. Okay, there we go. That's better. No splitting. Now this one here has a tail end, and that's the tail end that we finished with. You can pop it underneath, and you can actually work over that tail end and then later weave it in. So you're doing your normal half in there. See, I've just worked over that tail end and half in there. When you loop through, pull up that loop and go to the corresponding middle stitch right there, and then do your third single crochet in your corner, corresponding third stitch. Okay, definitely not a beginner's project. If you're a beginner and you attempted this and you got through it through full sanity, congratulations. But if you're one of my regulars who know exactly what you're doing and you still pulled your hair out, congratulations too. You're not the only one. I don't think I have any hair left on my head now. Oh gosh. Anyway, it's not too bad. We did all right. Right, now we are just before the corner. Okay. You can always tell when I'm getting towards the end of a tutorial. I start to tone down a little bit, or I get a bit excited. Right, that's your first stitch in the corner. Now this is one of those, oh, it's not too tricky. This one's not bad, we can see this. So just pop your hook in that first stitch, because this is your first stitch of the corner. Do your second corner on this side. Pull up your loop. Pop it in the middle of all that work there, in your middle stitch there, like so. Do your third single crochet, and then your opposite third single crochet snug in there. Yes. Now you're doing your single crochet in your stitch there, single in the opposite, single in your stitch, single in the opposite, oh, we're at the end of there. We're going to do another corner. Single crochet in your corner one, your first stitch. Your second stitch is here. You may find this one a little bit wider because it's literally divided the blanket a little bit here. So now you do your half. I keep calling it a half. It's not. It's a single crochet two together. Then you do your third single crochet. All right. Then don't forget that stitch right there. And there. Opposite. There. Nearly there, guys. Nearly there. And there. And there. Get excited, guys. Get excited because we're towards the end. Get very excited. 2 stitches left before the corner. and 2. Oh, I'm very excited, aren't you? Do the drum roll, because you know what? We've got 2 stitches left on the corner and then it's border time. Okay, there's 1. Oh, of course my corners have to be real tight here, don't they? You're going to love this part though, guys. Watch this. 2. Okay, we ready? Pull the thread through. Yay. And guess what, guys? You're not going to cast off? No. You are going to pop a 3rd single crochet in that spot right there. Then you're going to grab a stitch marker and pop it there. That 3rd single crochet is now your 1st single crochet starting your border row. Yay! Are you excited, guys? Your border row is going to start from there. We're going to go all the way across, all the way around, all the way around when you join your other pieces. And we're going to do all that in single crochets for now, and then we'll discuss on Saturday's live the actual border itself. Let's start the border row. Now, I thought I could add the border row to this tutorial because I'm only going to start you off and then you're going to head off on your own and complete the border row yourself. So what you did, 2 single crochets in that corner, and then you slip stitched there and you kind of turned and did your 3rd single crochet in the corner. So just pop into your stitches like normal, which is 7 across. That's 1, 2, 3. You've done all this before, so this is easy. 4. This is the easiest row you're going to do throughout the whole tutorial. 4, it's true. Let me pop that over here because I'm going to crochet over that. 5. Oh, that didn't work. Try it again. There it goes. 5. And 6. Last one. 7. For this side, not for the row. Now we're going to put 3 single crochets in there because now we can. 2 and 3 because our rows are actually finishing. All right, that's how it's going to look. Okay, now the blanket's big, so it's a little bit awkward for me to work here, guys, so just bear with me. I'll pause and cut out a bit anyway. All right, so then you do 7 down. 1, 7, and here you're going to do exactly what you do any other time. You put that 3rd single crochet, you join these 2. I'm going to crochet over my tail end. You join these 2 together, assuming they're 1 stitch, so that's 1 and 2. Then you do your 3rd single crochet in that corner. In actual fact, you've done all this part before, so you really know how to do it. But anyway, and then you start again with your 7. 1, 7, and then you do your 3 in the corner. 1, 2, 3. The only time this is a little different is when we get to there. Okay, not this one, this piece here, your half piece. All right, so we'll keep going down again. Six and 7. Now you can crochet over your tail ends, or if you've already sewn your tail ends, congratulations. Okay, do a corner stitch in there and then do your 2 together. You're joining the 2 sides together in 1 single crochet. Then you're doing your 3rd one in that corner. And then you're starting again with your 7. 1, and 7. We're coming to the interesting part, guys. And then you do your 3 in the corner, which is 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's just bring that up a little bit because we're getting to that tricky side. Okay, 7 down this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. A bit tight there. Let's carry that yarn over. 5, 6, and 7. Now remembering, we need to pop a 3rd single crochet in there. So there's 1 in the corner. These 2 together, stay focused now because this is very interesting. Together like so. We've done our 2, join 2 together. We're going to need to put a stitch, let me get it close up for you, a normal corner stitch in there. Then we're going to count across this way, okay? Now, if you think carefully about what one of these are, they are 7 up, and 7 up, that's 14. 3 in the corner, that's 15, 16, and 17. So you literally need to get your 2 corner stitches in there, 1 and 1, and still 17 along there, okay? Otherwise, when you do your 14, your work's going to curl up like that, and you don't want that. You want it to be nice and kind of rounded, all right? I'm hoping that made sense with the maths. I'm not really good at maths, but I do know that if you don't make it the same as the rest of the sides, it's going to curl. All right, so we never got through to the corner. We did the first corner, the join 2 together, and now we're going to pop our 3rd corner in right, oops, sorry. Pop our 3rd corner in right there. That's probably too close, sorry guys. Let me bring that out a little bit, that's better. All right, now, here's a tricky part. From here to here, you need to work out, we'll say from here to here, you need to have 7 in there. And then that 3rd one there, you can put a 2nd one. Not really sure. We have to break 17 up into that many, that whole piece. All right, so we'll just work on it. 1 in the first one. 1 in the stitch, that's 2. And this is a really big space. You can probably fit 3 in there. That's 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We needed 17, don't we? So we've got to be careful now. We've got to fit only 8 across here. All right, so we keep the 9th in there, and then we go back this way with your 10, 11, oops, I don't know what happened there, sorry about that. Finish off that 11, 12, 13, 3 in there, 14, 15. Oh, you can probably get away with 2 in that one. It's a lot smaller than that. Oh no, we'll do another one. 16 and your 17. Oops, sorry. Your 17 is to go into that stitch because we need to put our corner stitch in there. All right, so you got your 17 across there. Now you need to put in your corner stitch 1. And see this here? You work your 2 together like you did. This is probably the one that I did 3 in, but looks like it. I shouldn't have. There. Then you work your next stitch, corner stitch in there, and then you keep going along all the way across. Okay, I'm going to stop it there to show you what you've done, and then I think you can probably head off on your own. Mine's a little bit tight, maybe don't do them so tight. I did mine really, really tight. Okay, so I'm guessing that's that. I'm guessing that should hold it out then. All right, so you've got your 17 across there. 2 7s are 14, 15, 16, 17 for the 3 in the corner. And that's the same thing you're doing there. At the moment, it does look a little bit awkward, like it might look like it's not going to make it. But trust me, when we get that next row in, the next row will be around the whole piece, then you'll know what I mean. All right, so that's what you're going to do all the way around. Easy, easy. I'm going to leave you on your own to do this, and I will meet you when you get to the last row before your stitch marker, before you join, and wait for me there. Good luck. All right, here we are at the end of the row. Yay! It didn't take too long actually. I've got one last half hexagon to go, so I'm going to do that across. I've already done my corner, so I'm just going to go 1, 17, and 1 in the corner. And remember, we've got 1 there already from that row. So what you need to do is take out your stitch marker. All right, it's a little tricky, so I'm going to show you this bit. Okay, regulars and more avid crocheters will understand this. I did a single crochet in there. Probably the best thing for me was to have moved over and started there, and I should have, but I didn't. So to make this line up, that's already done from that side. So to make it line up, we're going to do what I call a single crochet slip stitch, which is really weird. So you just pop your hook in there, into that stitch that we made, pull a loop through there, and then pull it through the 2 on your hook. So it actually classifies that as a single crochet, but it's slip stitched into that one as well. So normally I would say don't cast off, but we're going to cast off. Grab your scissors. Whoops, I bring that out a bit. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There you go. Give it a cut. And the reason I want you to cast off, and I'll explain to you later, but let's just show you what we have done. Ta-da! I'll explain it to you now. The reason I want you to cast off is I want you to weave in all these ends. Go away. Weave in all your ends. Don't go away. I mean, you know, head off on your own and weave in all these ends. Come back to me in a couple of days' time. We will actually wash and block the blanket before we do the next step, which is the border step. Now, the border step's probably going to be about that much. If by any chance you are out of yarn and you're happy with the way it looks now, by all means, wash, block, and you're ready to use your blanket. However, the rest of us are going to do more border. Ta-da! Gorgeous! I can't even get it all in the screen. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I would like for you to head off on your own and finish the border. Just this starting border. I call it actually a base border, to be honest with you. I do a lot of base borders before doing an original border. So if you go ahead and finish your base border, join me live on Saturday morning and we'll discuss what our next step is. I would like to weave in all these ends, wash and block the blanket before we do our normal border. Okay? You don't need to. It's not necessary. However, I will do a tutorial on it. You might see it Saturday or Sunday. I'm not really sure what day, perhaps Sunday. And then Monday, we're all going to get together and do the border, or start the border, if you will. All right. So thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed crocheting over all those. I actually didn't mind it, to be honest with you. I didn't mind doing this border row. It's not finished. You will be doing more border rows. However, if you guys do like it the way it is now, wash, block, and get it ready for whoever you're going to give that to. Otherwise, join me on Monday for our border row. Thank you very much for watching, guys. My name is Mary. This is Wow Crochet. Don't forget to join me live on Saturday to discuss the blanket. And I can't get my finger out. There you go. Ciao for now. Bye.